Because the club is adamant that not only do they not have a preferred candidate, that no contracts have been offered, no offers are on the table, any of the candidates, and no appointment is likely, no appointment is imminent or expected to come this week. So Rangers fans that have been kind of clamouring for this, there's kind of people out running about all over Glasgow Airport and surrounding hotels trying to find Steven Gerrard. We're getting duff information.
We're absolutely demented.
You're trying to filter information from all corners, and more than half of it's rubbish. Do you know what? I think Scott and I will both be happy. Really not interested, not so bothered about the identity of the guy, just want the thing finished. Pick somebody, get on with it.
It's kind of, we were talking before we come on air.
It's madness.
It's interesting, the kind of, from the journalistic point of view, the stuff that you have to go through at times like this when it feels like nobody knows.
Scott and I were discussing this earlier. Do you know the worst thing? But I remember, see the night we were in here and we broke the 49ers takeover story. I know that we were sitting here and people out there back at home would be like, heard it.
Aye.
And you know that, so there's an air of cynicism. And then you start getting the stuff, and it's actually possible, even though you've totally fact-checked, even though you know it to be 100%, there's a phrase, belt and braces, secure, somebody will say something somewhere, and next minute you'll start second-guessing and think, was that right?
Social media has changed everything in that regard, isn't it? I mean, it's totally changed everything. You end up getting caught up in stuff that you read online.
Chasing down rabbit holes, all this sort of stuff.
Constantly have to remind yourself not to believe everything that you see.
I was saying to
online.
Keith last night, folk would have seen, but it was a thing about some Italian website put out Jurgen Klopp's the new Roma manager, and it got picked up everywhere. By the end, BBC Sport had it. Breaking news, new Roma, and it was just nonsense. Yeah, it just shows you it can catch fire.
It's dangerous.
That is dangerous. And you wonder why people talk about mainstream media, and we get a bit of a hard time. But if you fall into traps like that, it's no wonder. But no, in terms of where Rangers are at just now, this is the party line. Now you can listen to it, you can wonder if it's true, you can take them at their word, whatever you like. Personally, I think that they'll probably just want to take a bit of heat off. But I do find it interesting, Scott, that they're kind of briefing, they're wanting it out there, so their own supporters know or think that there's unlikely to be something before the weekend. I'm astonished by that for a number of reasons. One, if you've not got anybody sorted out and kind of, nailed down in the position, why did you let Barry Ferguson, why did you rush into an announcement on Barry Ferguson? Because what you've done there is remove a safety blanket. Because at the end of the day, even if you've got 5 candidates and you can't get one of them over the line, you can turn around to Barry Ferguson and say he was always the guy we wanted.
Right after the Hibs game as well.
It just leaves that kind of vacuum, doesn't it?
I've got a theory on that one as well,
Go on. This is the place for it.
Well, I don't know about you, Scott, but I wonder if Barry Ferguson might have been of a mind to tackle the biggest issue that they've got at Auchenhowie just now, which is their recruitment. I wonder if he expressed a desire to make kind of radical changes to some of the personnel and the way it operates in there. And he'd be quite right if he did, by the way, because recruitment has been consistently the biggest problem that Rangers have had behind the scenes. So you wonder then if maybe Niels Coppen has made some inroads into getting around the guys that are taking over the thing. You wonder if it actually became a case of, the two of them can't coexist, so one will need to go. And if they're back in recruitment and they're back in Niels Coppen, well, it certainly feeds into, Scott, as you were talking about the other day, the fact that somebody somewhere, even though they don't have a preferred candidate, they've made no offers, and there's nothing imminent in terms of appointments. Somebody somewhere is deciding who's staying and who's going out of the squad. That suggests strongly to me it's recruitment. And I wonder if there's been some sort of a decision made that you either go this way or you go that way, you can't go both. And it looks to me as if maybe Neil's Coffin has won that particular battle.
Would that be Kevin Thelwell's decision?
So I was going to say, surely it would be Kevin Thelwell that the players released the other day, you'd have thought, eh?
Aye, I mean, it sounds, and I don't disagree with you, but that sounds as if Kevin Thelwell, because we know he's spoken to Barry Ferguson at length, it sounds as if, to me, he's made the decision, says, no, we're going to stick with this.
And stick with Neil's Coffin and stick with recruitment the way it is. Well, see if that's right.
Which is a concern.
See if that's right. That's a major issue for any Rangers fans that are watching this tonight. Because the Rangers fans know themselves, the biggest issue consistently over a sustained period of time at Rangers has been the shambles that is the recruitment department.
Absolutely.
So, look, who knows if and when they find a manager who can lead from the front and bring people with them and get people to fall in behind, and then also command the authority to say this isn't good enough, that's not good enough, that's not good enough, then it doesn't necessarily mean that they're stuck with what they've got at the minute. But I think it would be I don't think it would be the smartest move in the world to throw all your eggs in the same basket, because the eggs keep falling out of that particular basket, smashing all over the floor.
In terms of the party line that's coming out of the club, I mean, there's probably two kind of ways to look at that. One is, and you'll know this, the club always likes to have the media feel as if the media is a couple of steps behind. So you can maybe think, right, they're coming with this party line, that means they're probably further ahead than what they're making out in the process. The flip side of that is, of course, if that party line's right, then you can come to the conclusion
they don't know what they're doing.
Do they really know who they want?
Aye.
No, how far on
Aye.
are they? I mean, how many candidates have they spoke to?
It's starting to feel, Scott, a little bit like they're a rabbit caught in the headlights on this.
It does feel that way, but aye.
And you can understand that in many respects, because new people, new into the environment, new into the situation, but they're starting to make decisions that you're finding curious to understand the reasoning behind it, the motivation behind it. And then you kind of come to a conclusion, and because we're old cynics and we've been round these things, round this block so many times, you do start to reach the conclusion at some point, do they really know what they're